because chasing money is not the answer. Instead, doing something that you love where you add value to people, that's the game changer. Hey, if you are under 25, heck, even if you're under 30 and you want to go from making minimum wage to being a millionaire, I'm going to show you. It's all in this post right now. I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to show you how I went from making $2.85 an hour digging ditches to now having 5 7-figure businesses. My name is Craig Ballantyne. I'm the author of a whole bunch of books, including the Wall Street Journal bestseller Unstoppable, which helps you build out the business plan to make millions of dollars. I've been a coach to many, many millionaires, people that over 250 businesses that have done 7 figures or more. And now I'm a member of the 100 Million Mastermind run by one of my most successful coaching clients, Marion, who has a $100 million company. And I'm going to download everything to you about if you are a young entrepreneur, if you are a young person and you want to make money, it's all here. So this young guy, Scott LaChance, asked me this question. He said, if you had any advice for a young 23-year-old out here who lost his mother and father at a young age and doesn't have much guidance and works 50 hours a week making $15 an hour and who knows they're worth more than they're getting paid, just like you, what would you say? And so I walk him through. There's really 7 steps here. 7 steps. And it's what I did when I was that young kid. I was 13 years old when I got my first job. I was making $2.85, which was the minimum wage in Canada where I was working. And I was digging ditches. I was sweating. I was grinding. I was working so hard, but it was all worth it. And here's why. Step number 1 is I got a job, and you need to get a job working for the best entrepreneur in your town. Okay? When you go get a job, I was working for a guy who owned a greenhouse. He was a Dutch immigrant to Canada. He was one of the hardest working people, but he was also so generous and he cared about his customers and he was passionate about the business that he was in. He loved selling plants. He loved selling flowers. And he actually started his business as a side hustle. He was working at a factory and selling this stuff on the side because he loved doing it. And I realized that when I ever found something that I love doing, and I say this in a funny way, like if you just want to start a drop shipping store because you see everybody else starting drop shipping, that's not how you are going to be successful. If you're just starting a business for money, you're going to be broke, stay broke, go broke, live broke, because chasing money is not the answer. Instead, doing something that you love where you add value to people, that's the game changer. And so when I saw my boss running the greenhouse and knowing that he started as a side hustle and knowing that he loved it so much, I realized that I needed to find something I loved first. Something that I would do on a day when my girlfriend left me, my dog got ran over, and somebody kicked me in the nuts. And you're gonna have those days, my friend. Whether you're a boy or a girl, you're gonna have those days, and you have to be able to fight through them. So that was one of the biggest lessons I learned from my first mentor. I was getting paid, even though I was getting paid to do crappy jobs, I was getting paid to learn from a mentor. And that's what you need to do. That's why you go and you work for the best entrepreneur in your town. Now, how do you find them? Listen, what do you mean, how do you find the best entrepreneur in your town? I get that question all the time. Listen, it's your town. You know what the best business is. You know what a good person is like. And you go with your parents and you figure out a plan. You're like, listen, Mrs. Smith down there at the cookie store, she is the best entrepreneur in this town. She's had that business for 25 years. Everybody goes there. There's lineups out the door. And everybody says Mrs. Smith is one of the greatest people in this community. Okay, it's not that freaking hard to find out who a great person is. So you go and you work for them. You get a job, cleaning the floors, working the till, whatever it is, you work for them. Because that's going to be the game changer. That is step number 1. Get a job working for the best entrepreneur in your town. And if you can't find that person, you move to another town. If you want to work for somebody in a specific industry, if you want to work for me, I've had people who have sent me articles who have said they'd work for free, and eventually I break down. Like if they keep up with it, I have people, a young guy named Mark Studer in San Diego, he said, Craig, I will work for free. I will do anything to work for you. I love your message. I want to help you. I want to be you when I grow up. And I said, Mark, I don't have any work for you right now. And then I thought about, Mark, I'm not going to let you work for free for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pay you to watch videos that I don't have time to watch, educational videos. I'm in a lot of mastermind groups. I'm in a lot of coaching programs. And there's a lot of content, and I can't consume it all. But what I can do is I can give it to Mark. And Mark, I'll pay you $15 an hour to watch these videos and report back to me. And he does a couple hours a month. But it's a great way to get started. And that then allowed him to get invited to my events for free. Events where people are paying $2,500 to attend. He gets to attend for free. He gets to meet all the speakers. He gets to be backstage. All because he reached out to work for an entrepreneur who could download and be a mentor to him while he gets paid for it. Do you see this? This is the opportunity you have. So not only can you do this in your hometown, but you can do it online. Mark doesn't live in Toronto, but he can do this virtually. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is you gotta read and study great entrepreneurs. So read business biographies daily for 30 minutes. Elon Musk there's a great book on Elon Musk called Elon Musk. There's great books on, the Rockefellers. There's one called Titan that is on John Rockefeller. There's ones on smaller entrepreneurs. I've got my books. Bedros Keuilian has his books. You've got Marie Forleo has her book, Everything is Figure-Outable. You got How to Be a Badass. All these books on motivation, but also biographies of great people, whether it's Warren Buffett, whether it's Steve Jobs. How did they become so great? How did Steve Jobs become such a great presenter? There's a book by a guy named Carmine Gallo, who's about, the presentation secrets of Steve Jobs. You can go and learn all of the secrets of great people. You can go and you can watch some stuff on YouTube, but reading is going to be much better. So that's step number 2. Step number 3 is that now you've got your mentor and now you're learning about how to grow a business, is you need to identify a target market. When you're going out and building your business, and this goes for any age. I mean, all this stuff, and I'm talking to younger people here in this video, but if you were 45, 55, 65, 75 years old and you wanted to start a business, all of this stuff applies. Okay, you're never too late. You're never too old to start a business. Never, ever, ever will the time run out on you. So the third thing is identify that target market. When I was that young entrepreneur who had gotten this advice and I realized I found my passion, it was in fitness. And I realized that my target market, my very first target market, before I got into the mass market, my target market was a Men's Health reader, the guy who was 35 years old. He lived in suburban Philadelphia. He had a 8-hour workday, a 2-hour round trip commute. He had 2 boys at home. He had a wife that he wanted to spend more time with, and he had weights in the basement that he would go down and work out in the basement every single day at 9:30 p.m. I knew that avatar in my target market, and I wrote all my content, created all my videos for that, and that's why my business blew up in a good way. And I was able to become a millionaire at age 30 by doing that. So I also identified, after I identified the target market, I identified their big problem. That's step number 4. So get a job working for the best entrepreneur, read business biographies, identify a target market, then identify their big problem. And his big problem was he wanted to gain muscle and lose fat, and he only was able to work out at home because he couldn't go to the gym. Maybe he couldn't afford it, maybe he didn't have time, but he had weights in the basement, or he wanted to do bodyweight workouts. And that was something I was able to help him do. Because step number 5 is figure out how to fix it. And I created workout programs, I created workout videos, I created all the solutions. I created free content that got them onto an email list that allowed me to sell my workout programs. And I started that as a side business. So I was a full-time personal trainer, but I started my online business as a side business, and that allowed me to break through, just like my first mentor, Bill Kozine, the greenhouse owner, the Dutch immigrant to Canada, started selling flowers on the side. Start small, start simple. It's kind of safe, but allows you to get cash on hand to invest back in your business. And then you go to a mentor, whether it's your boss who you're working for, or whether it's a coach like me, if you can hire me, or if you can go and get my books, or you can just join my online coaching programs and come to our live Zoom trainings, and you ask your mentor questions, specific questions, good questions, questions that aren't available and answered for free in these types of videos. You got to bring your next level questions to me if you're a coaching client of mine. And then you go and do more work, and you get more feedback, and you come back with more questions, and you go and grow. That's how you do it at any age. So I want you to start that right now. Start by finding a great mentor, a great boss, a paid apprenticeship. And that's how you're going to make money. That's how you are going to be my next seven-figure earner. You're going to be my next Jason Capital, who came to me at age 19 and by 24 was a millionaire. You're going to be my next Ron Mura, who went from making 0 to 10K in 90 days. All right, he went from 0 online clients to $10,000 worth of online clients per month in just 90 days. Or you're going to be like my client Daniel Schreiber, who lives in Taiwan and has had a $200,000 launch. He's 27 years old. He just followed my advice because I've done so many launches. And I could go on and on and on about people that I have coached. My advice to young people, go and get that mentor. Come and work with me. So go to CraigBallantyne.com right now. Apply to work with me. Maybe you can't afford it right now, but I can give you some free advice. Go and make you some money so that you can come back and invest in your future, all right? This is how you get rich, my friend. So if you're an entrepreneur under the age of 25, now you know everything to live the life of your dreams, okay? I can't wait to hear from you where you're making money in Thailand or Dubai or in the Alps or in Italy, living the dream life, or here in Canada, wherever, all right? So drop me a comment down below and let me know how you're gonna go and grow, and then go to CraigBallantyne.com and send me your questions, all right? I can't wait to hear from you. The next level, the next generation, the next group of entrepreneurs to become millionaires, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, and I can't wait to hear from you, all right? CraigBallantyne.com, we'll talk to you soon.